Hello, and welcome to our Toronto, and I'm your host Tony. We are all familiar with all of the problems that we have been having with transit in the city. This is specifically projects like the Crosstown and Finch West LRT. However, that just scratches the issue when it comes to the problems that our transit infrastructure is facing here in the city. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but a report has just come out last week that talks about how subways along our main 2 subway lines are slowing down because of essentially what is old tracks. This is not what we want when we can't even get rapid transit lines open in the city. A lot of criticism gets thrown over to the Crosstown and the Finch West LRT in particular. But what gets overlooked is that even if those get up and running, that people will be transferring in most cases to a subway that then is slowed by old tracks. Not good if you're trying to sell tickets to residents to use your transit system. But let's get into what is being said here. Advocates are raising concerns that a web of restricted speed zones across Toronto's transit network is making slow subways the city's new normal as the rail system shows its age. The TTC has introduced restricted speed zones for trains in places where certain defects have been documented, in order to reduce the wear and tear suffered by older portions of the track. A survey completed by the Transit in May launched a new round of restricted speed zones, with 18 new spots on Line 1 Yonge University and 7 on Line 2 Bloor Danforth. The TTC said that, since then, 65 of the 85 zones have been removed with repairs and upgrades. Since 2023, there have been a total of 296 reduced speed zones across the TTC's subway lines. The advocacy group TTC Riders, however, said the number of slow zones was unprecedented and impacting the usefulness of the network for commuters. It's better to be safe than sorry. But it is not okay for slow subways to become our new normal, the group said in a statement to Global News. We are glad the TTC is taking safety seriously and inspecting subway tracks more frequently. But the large number of slow zones and long repair timelines raise questions about whether the TTC has enough resources to do proper maintenance and repairs. A recent TTC report said the biggest impact on the subway was for those traveling southbound, from Wilson Station to Union Station on Line 1. A map shows 7 slow zones in place between the 2 stations, adding 2 minutes per zone, for a total delay of just over 14 minutes on a single journey. While we do realize the negative impacts of these restricted speed zones have on our customers due to the increased travel times, I want to assure customers that the TTC rail is safe, a senior TTC staffer told the agency's board on September 24. While we do realize the negative impacts of these restricted speed zones have on our customers due to the increased travel times, I want to assure customers that the TTC rail is safe, a senior TTC staffer told the agency's board on September 24. They also wanted to stress, though, that we are accurately aware of the impact on our customers, and we're working hard to correct the issues and get the speeds back to normal as soon as possible. The age of the TTC's subway lines has been a growing political concern, particularly since the Scarborough RT derailed in the summer of 2023. The now closed Line 3 saw a train derail after being pushed to the very edge of its useful life, with several injured in the incident. After the crash, the agency opted to bring forward the line's closure and took the route out of service. After that report, the TTC's then CEO said the agency would need $25 billion to fix and replace its existing assets over the next 15 years alone. The trains running on Line 2, in particular, have been a focus of growing concern and advocacy from the city. The aging fleet is in desperate need of repair, something the provincial government has agreed to help with if Ottawa also steps up. I am very concerned about the lifespan of the Bloor subway cars. It is getting very old, and it takes a while for us to get new ones and for new ones to get constructed, Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow said last fall. In the meantime, while work moves ahead on the Ontario line, Eglinton Crosstown LRT and Finch West, which will all add brand new transit to the city's stock, officials are working on short-term fixes like reduced speed zones. The TTC needs enough resources to keep the system safe and well-maintained, TTC Riders insisted, calling on the provincial and federal governments to step in and help the city out. So as you can see, projects not being completed is just really the tip of the iceberg. The problems go much deeper than that without transit here in the city. These tracks should have been redone in the early 2000s to enable faster transit along the line for many years. Let's not forget that these tracks were laid down between the 1940s and the 1980s and everywhere in between. I'm not sure what the problem is here and why their age is such a big problem because I am no expert. But we sure aren't going to be getting anywhere if we complete new projects and have our older ones falling apart. This is just not what we expect in our city, and it does not say good things about how our money in transit has been managed over the years. The last thing that we want is our subways to become another Scarborough RT, but then again that was allowed to happen.
I hope that you liked the video. If so, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed and want to be notified of new videos that are released, please click on the Art Toronto button here. This is the video that I would recommend for you to watch next, and I'm sure that you're going to love it. Here's the playlist for all of the latest in transit news and views that you're going to find very informative and interesting. And finally, here is the latest video. Thanks for watching and happy transiting.